Hello children, good morning. I am your English teacher teaching of English. Today let us we learn the poem Palanquin Barriers. Before start the poem, we know about the poet Sarojini Naidu, well known as the Nightingale of India. Sarojini Naidu was also a famous English poetess. She was a political activist and played an active role in the freedom movement. She was the first woman to become the governor of an Indian state after independence. Some of her major contributions are The Broken Wing, The Bird of Time, The Golden Threshold, etc. Answer the following questions. Poem 4 Palanquin Barriers. Read and enjoy the poem. The poem The Palanquin Barriers is woven around the custom of carrying a bride in a palanquin by palanquin barriers. The poem uses a number of comparisons with a flower, dewdrop, pearl, and the like. The bride carries a mixed feeling as she is leaving her parents and moving on to a new chapter in her life. Lightly, oh lightly we bear her along. She sways like a flower in the wind of our song. Explaining the first and second line. The palanquin barriers carry the newly-wed bride in a palanquin. They sing as they carry the bride to her in-law's house. They tell us that the bride is very light to carry. They don't feel it as a burden. The bride moves softly according to the movement of the palanquin and the palanquin barrier song. The bride swaying is compared with a flower's movement in wind. She skims like a bird on the foam of a stream. She floats like a laugh from the lips of a dream. Explaining the third and fourth line. Now the bride's movement is compared with a bird skimming. Birds touch the foam of a stream slightly and fly away. Likewise, the bride moves slightly. She is very light and so she is said to be floating like a dreamy smile from the lips of a person who dreams. Her movement is so delicate and beautiful. The bride seems to be happy as her movement is compared with a laugh. Gaily, oh gaily, we glide and we sing. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. The poet, explaining fifth and sixth line. The palanquin barriers carry the bride gaily. Gaily means, it means happily. Even when they glide high grounds, they are not burdened and so they proceed with their singing. They said that the bride is carried like a pearl on a string. She is as precious as a pearl. Softly, oh softly, we bear her along. She hangs like a star in the dew of our song. The poet, explaining seventh and eighth line. They carry her, the delicate bride, softly in their palanquin. She is seated in the palanquin like a bright star and heeds to the palanquin barrier song. Their song reflects her happiness like a dewdrop reflects a star's light. Their happy song shows they are as happy as the bride. She springs like a beam on the brow of the tide. She falls like a tear from the eyes of a bride. Explaining the ninth and 10th line. The bride moves like a beam of a light. Beam means ray of light that springs when it gets reflected by waves. The bride's movement is also compared with the slow falling of a tear from the eyes of a bride. Though the bride is delighted to visit her in-laws' house, She feels sad for her situation. She is getting separated from her parents. She has the mixed feeling of joy and pain. Lightly, oh lightly we glide and we sing. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. The poet explaining 11th and 12th line. The Palanquin barriers continue to carry the bride, who is as precious as a pearl on string. They didn't cease their song as they carry the bride lightly. They travel far away, gliding rough paths. Nevertheless, they never feel sad or burdened by carrying the beautiful bride.